Hello, I'm Boot FM and welcome to episode 2 of my APL database. Welcome to Philadelphia and welcome to the American Premier League. Now before we get started, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoy it. If you get to the end and you enjoy it, hit the like button. If you're new or old or whatever you are, make sure you also hit that bell. Make sure you never ever miss anything I ever do. Also check out my long running series of Manchester Central. I love making it. Hopefully you'll love watching it. Thank you very much. Right, episode 2, basically we're going to jump into the future. Now at the end of episode 1 we jumped 1 year into the future at the end of the episode. I've jumped another 5 from that point. Now I think this is a great place to actually start playing this database, because whenever you build a league like this, it's playing catch up, but you want it to be the best league in the world. You have to give certain teams extra money, you have to give higher reputations, but over time it plateaus, it evens itself out. Some teams spend wisely, some teams spend poorly, some teams keep the manager, some teams have 10 managers, and it gets more natural. I always advise with any kind of database that's like this database, you start about 5 years in if you want a realistic game. I will be bringing out a version 2 of the database, and in that database I put a bit more effort into the detail. One of them details is rivalries. So a lot of these teams don't have any rivals, they have now. Now, are you interested? I'm assuming if anyone's actually watching this, you're either playing the database or you're just interested to see how it's turned out. So let's get going. So let's start off at the top and have a look what's been going on through the leagues, who's been winning the cups. Then we may have a look at the clubs, see if anyone's crashed, see where the managers are, see what kind of money's been spent, and see what kind of quality of players not only have been brought into the country from abroad, like Europe, but with any good young American players, and have a look at the national team. But we're here with the Prem. The current holders are Los Angeles Football Club. Now Seattle won the first one. Remember, if you watched the first episode, I gave everything a 1 year fake history just to get the ball rolling. So Atlanta won the first title. You got New York Red Bulls, sorry. Then LA won. Kansas won 2 on the run, and then LA have won the last one. Cleveland, I'm sure they've come up, but straight away looking at that league, it shows you there's a lot of teams gone missing. I can see Tampa's not there. Sacramento, who I really like, they're not there. Cosmos, have they gone? Cosmos? So it looks like the few. Where's New England? So a lot's changed, but that's what I like. So where's Seattle? Seattle are my favourite team. I made them one of the best reps. I gave them they were 2 of the clubs. Them and New England have the most money, and they're both relegated. See, that's what I mean, eh? Some teams do well, some teams do poorly. And here we are with the championship, and straight away I'm looking, where's Seattle? Well, there's New England in 10th. Seattle are in this league. Where's Sacramento, my other team? They've gone down again, so Sacramento, see? They've been relegated twice. Current title holders are Ottawa. And so Vancouver won the first one, forget Sacramento. You've got Montreal have won 1, Jacksonville, Indy, I love Indy. Cincinnati have won 1, and obviously Ottawa. So yeah, I bet it's been a lot of fun. I still haven't got around to playing this database, because I think I might save it for a series. So where is the National League? And straight away I've noticed Sacramento sticking out down there. But yeah, some great names here. This would be a great place. I'll make Tampa Bay as well. Wow. That's crazy, man. And Cosmos. They've all gone down and down again. That's not good. But yeah, the current holders are Colorado. Monarchs have won 1. Phoenix, Richmond, Boston, San Jose. But yeah, I'll make a save file available. I reckon this would be a great place to jump in. On to Division 1. And again, this is the tough one. This is the top league at the bottom 3. And possibly one of the hardest to get out of. There's 24 teams in it and you've got to win it or nothing, which I love that. I love that middle ground part where you've really got to be good to get into that next tier of football. And Rochester, they're champions. They were good enough last season. FC Santa, Thunder Bay, love that. Rochester again, Richmond and Reno have won 1. So again, this is a great league to play. Now we're getting down the bottoms into Division 2 and it gets tougher down here a bit. If we actually looked at all these teams, it'd just be full of American players, but that's what I wanted. I didn't want all these teams to be buying European players. I just didn't. I want to develop the American nation as a soccer nation, you know. But Fresno are the current title holders. Icon have won 1, Mash United, Solar, Springfield, and the Atlanta Silverbacks. I like the Silverbacks. Now onto the very bottom league, and this is the bottom league. But again, this is the challenge, and this is what I say. I think getting from this league to the Premier League is impossible. I think it would take you a very, very long time, and if anyone ever did it, make sure you let me know. Baltimore Bohemians are the champions. Knoxville Force have won Tuscan. Texas Spurs, Icon and Lash United. But yeah, you start here, you do well, let me know. On to the Soccer Bowl, and this is the FA Cup of the APL, or the American Soccer Leagues. The new USA FA Cup, basically. And it's the one you want to win. It's got high reputation. And Atlanta, the current champions. Galaxy have won Toronto won it 2 years running, and Kansas won it 2 years running. Kansas are a good team, aren't they? Be interested to see who their manager is. On to the Kobe Jones, and this is the cup for the top 3 leagues. It's like the League Cup for them. And LA, they're really good then, aren't they? Again, I can't wait to see who they are, who their manager is. But they're really good at the minute. They're the champions. Houston have won one, New England have won one, Kansas have won one, Kansas have won 2, Red Bulls as well. Yeah, some really good teams here that you might want to take over. Next is the National Cup, and this is the League Cup for the bottom 3 leagues. Knoxville Force, great name. They're the current champions. Atlanta Silverbacks have won one, the Dallas Texans, Mississippi Brilla, FC Delco, Deanzo Force. Yeah, some great names. This is a fun database, and yeah, if you are playing it, don't forget, let me know how it's going down below. And the All-Star Trophy, this is like the Community Shield, the Charity Shield, the Super Cup of America, and the Galaxy are the current champions, which means that they beat Kansas. They beat Kansas here in the final 2-1. Kansas won it the year before. Toronto, Red Bulls, Atlanta have won it. Again, this is a great cup to kick off your season and add to your trophy cabinet. But yeah, let's get looking at what's been going on with the youth teams. So we can have a look here. And there's obviously there's a league for everyone. Now, I think they have promotion. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I haven't actually played it. I just know there's a group for all your teams. So you've got Group 1, you can see there. You've got Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, and then they have Group 6 as well. Yeah, 6 divisions. And then you've got the Under-23s Cup, Toronto, Orlando, Jacksonville. See, that's good, because this is the Under-23s, but to have some of the smaller teams win it shows that maybe they've put more effort into their youth systems, which would be nice if that's what's happened. And then you've got obviously the 6 Under-18 leagues, where you real good youngsters hopefully are playing when they first start out. And there's the Under-18s Cup, and again, you've got some teams here that haven't been winning anything else, but if the youth are winning, maybe they have got some good young players, and that's one thing I wanted this database to do, hopefully, is to be a breeding ground for American players and American talent and give the national team something. But also, you don't want a team full of foreigners. Here we are on the job security page, and it's a great place to see all the managers in one place, so that's what we're going to do, and I've arranged it, I think, by who's got the job, whose job's more secure. And straight away you can see up here Nuno, that's the guy who's at Wolves. Yeah, he was at Wolves. He's at Ottawa. Jose's at LAFC. Now he started at Seattle, so I wonder what happened. And if you look there, he was at Kansas in between. Right, good career so far. Manuel Pellegrini, 69. I thought he was 69 10 years ago. But yeah, good manager. He's at Indy. Got Louis van Gaal, he's still going at 71 at Toronto. Ryan Giggs, he's not that good, but he's still in the job. He was in that job at the beginning. Beckham's his boss. And I'm just looking for big names. Diego Simeone's at Atlanta. Wow, top manager in this game. Carlo Ancelotti at Kansas, right? So he's been there for a year. So I don't know if he's done a lot of their. I think Jose's won maybe a lot of their trophies, and then Kansas have dropped off in the last year or two. Is that when Jose's left and gone to LA? Shows you what Jose can do in this game, doesn't it? But Carlo's still a good manager. Brendan Rodgers is at Portland. Okay, he's decent. Sean Dyche at New York City. He's good, isn't he? He's turned out alright. Zidane. Wow. He's at Houston. You've got Conte at FC Dallas. So you've got some big names in the Premier League still. Let's have a look at the others. Moving on to the Championship. I'm just going to look for some big names, or names that stick out to me. I mean, I know who he is, obviously, from Leicester and that. Then you've got Samuel Eto'o. He's a manager at New Orleans, and a good manager. Fair play. David Wagner at Seattle. Seattle, what's happened to them? I love Dave Wagner. He was, remember, I made him American manager. I don't think he is now though. Let's have a quick look. I mean, you can, a lot of these names, Laurent Blanc at Columbus. He's better than that, isn't it? Is his stats on a decrease? On to the National League. And look, some good names. Paulo Sousa's at Rio Grande. You've got Gary Neville knocking about still at Louisville. David Moyes is down here at FC Santa. So there's some good managers at this level. That's what I said. If you jump into this league, some good clubs, some good managers. I like it. Got Paul Clement. He's at Harrisburg. He's a decent manager. Paul Scholes is still knocking about Colorado. He's been there since the beginning. Roberto Carlos. He's still a manager. I love it. Slavan Bilic. He's at Pittsburgh. He was at Memphis and Minnesota. So he's had a bit of a journeyman career already. Pisses people off, doesn't he? You got Patrick Vieira down here, who was at New York City, wasn't he? He's been at Baltimore Armour as well. Looks like he's had 2 stints at Buffalo. Mick McCarthy, oh my god. Down to Division 1, straight away, Didier Drogba, Manchester United. Look at him, his stats are good. I mean, you're coming up against some decent management, aren't you? Mauricio Pellegrino. Really? He's down there, look at his mentals. And he's in the 4th tier of US soccer. Obafemi Martins, he's become a manager. Oh my god, look at his hair. Looks like he's been drawn on. Do you remember the scandal with him? Everyone said he was dead old, didn't they? Lied about his age. You've got Jamie Carragher down here. Jamie Carragher. On to Division 2. Let's keep going down, see if we recognise any big names. And straight away, Alessandro Del Piero. What are you doing down here, mate? Oh my god. I mean, I don't know if you notice any of these names. I think a lot of them are going to be Americans or South Americans, aren't they? Down to the bottom league, and I don't know if I recognise anyone down here. You might do. Again, this will be a tough place to start. A real tough place. And if you do play the database, so the bottom three leagues teams have got logos but no kits. If you really want a kit for your team and you don't know how to do it, drop me an email. You'll find my email address in the description, and I'll sort them out for you. Let's have a look at some of these big teams, though. These big successful teams, especially Los Angeles Football Club, who we didn't expect to become the elite club of all, but they've got Jose Mourinho in charge. And if we look at their honours page, he won 2 league titles, 2 World Championships, 2 North American Champions League, and a Kobe Jones. Just need the soccer ball. I think he'd have a full house there, wouldn't he? Soccer ball and the All-Star Cup. They've gone to the transfers. So that first season, spent 78 million on 2 pretty good players. The year after, they spent 262 million. And this is the difference in the Premier League. Big money, big players. Next year, 345 million. I mean, wow. The year after that, 243 million. I mean, Rafael Varane from Real Madrid for 126 million. Wow. And then the year after, didn't spend anything. Well done. The year after that, 198 million. Jeez. 178 million. Super Dembele from Barcelona on a free. Wow. Did you spend all the money on them? Andre Silva. I mean, starting to buy from teams. That shows you now that big players in the league, so start buying them off each other. But yeah, so they've spent a crap ton. An absolute crap ton. Let's look at the season preview, because this shows you who the best teams are. But the bookies' best teams basically at the start of this season in 2023. And LA are at the top. I've got Atlanta, Toronto, Dallas, Sporting, Houston, Galaxy. I mean, Chicago, I think they've only just got promoted. Cleveland are down there, so that'd be a good point. If you don't know where to start and you're thinking, I want to start in the middle, but I'm not sure if they're a middle kind of team, go on a season preview, an overview season preview, and it'll give you that list then. You can think, right, I want to start in the middle, or I want to be a team that's going to be fighting for relegation, so you can maybe be San Francisco Deltas, or you could be Indy 11. But if you're going right at the top and be LA and try and be super successful. Right, we're into the championship here, and I want to look at Seattle mainly because they were one of the 2 teams that give maximum everything to. And I want to know why. Why they crashed and burned. I mean, that first season, they were 5th, and then they just went down, and got relegated. I mean, they were bottom of the league in 20. I mean, what's happened there? If we go onto the manager page, you'll see Jose was in the job for a year, nearly 2 years, and he left, probably to take the Sporting job. So he's not started well, have he? So this is a blotch on his career, because he's done well in the next 2 clubs at Kansas and LA, but at Seattle, he sent them on a road to doom. They've had some decent managers. I mean, look who they've had here. He's a class manager. He's now at New England, who have also been relegated. I mean, sacked. Had a couple of caretakers. David Wagner's been in the job for 250 days. Now, David Wagner, that's his playing career, isn't it? David Wagner started off as Montreal manager and USA manager, so he's lost both them jobs. Well done, Dave. Let's look at the transfers. From that first year, they didn't spend a penny, which is stupid when they had about 750 million, I think, to spend. The year after, they only spent 83. So where's all this money? Why are they not spending it? No wonder he started doing poo. The year after, they spent 229, but maybe they're too late. Maybe they're already behind some of the other teams that spent straight away. The year after that, they spent nothing. I bet they must have about £1 billion in the bank, just sat there waiting to just be turned into a superstar team. Now we're going to look at a team in the American National. It's one of my favourite old school teams. It's New York Cosmos. They start the database in the Premier League, so they've gone down and down again with a couple of other teams. I don't know why, because I'm just interested. This is what I like about stuff like this. You know, over time things can change, and some teams are going to just be successful, some aren't. I bet if you ran the database again, would it always happen? Or maybe New York Cosmos made one signing that just turned their season around that they didn't make in this one, and they'd be challenging at the top of the league. You just never know, and that's what I love about this. And again, this would be the kind of team that would be good for you to start with. Third tier, great club, great stadium. On to the managers, and wow. I mean, wow. They've had Montella, he gets sacked. You get caretaker manager, some dude I don't know of, another caretaker manager, Harrison does it again. Filippo Inzaghi comes in, he gets sacked after nearly a year, another caretaker manager. Oscar Pereira gets sacked, another caretaker manager. Wilfried Nancy gets sacked, another caretaker manager. And now you've got Lee Johnson, who I'm pretty sure starts his career in America. Let's have a look at what he's been doing. Blimey, Charlie. He starts off at Thunder Bay, goes to Tampa, Buffalo, Cosmos. It's like a different club every year. And let's have a look at the transfers. And they did have quite a bit of money to start with, but they were one of the lower Premier League teams. But they only spent 11 million that first year, and they were a team that needed to spend while they had the high reputation, you know, and the money. Next year, nothing. Next year, nothing. Next year, nothing. Now, I'm not going to look at all the awards. I'm just going to look at the MVP of the top 3 leagues, just to see what kind of big time players have been about. And we'll start off with the Premier League. You see Firmino won the first one. Forsberg? I'll be honest with you, I've not heard too much about him. Harry Kane won it in 2019. Sadio Mane's won it. Leroy Sané's won it. And Zivkovic. Down to the Championships MVP, and the first year's winner has retired by the looks of it. And I mean, I know some of these names, but yeah, it's not the league. It's not like the big leagues, is it? But again, that's what I wanted. I wanted all the best players to be in the Premier League. Right, let's have a look at the transfer window, the recent one, just to see what kind of money's get spent. And straight away, look at that. I mean, there's a lot of money being spent in this division. I mean, an absolute crap ton. When you go down to the Championship, there's still quite a lot of money being spent. I mean, the TV deal is nowhere near as big, but it's still decent. But there's still money to be spent, and there's still good players to sign. I mean, especially at this time. I mean, the big teams might bring them players in, and they only need to play in America for 1 year on this database to be a national. So that's what I mean. Once the years start rolling by, big teams will bring in the foreigners. They'll play for them maybe for a year. They'll get the US citizenship. And then they might not play, but they'll be a great play for a Championship team, and then that's when it just starts growing and growing and growing, and hopefully getting better and better. Again, moving on down to the National, there's still some money being spent up there, especially Pittsburgh. They've spent 30 million in this transfer window, which is more than some Premier League teams spend, so there's definitely money flying around even as the levels start to drop. On to Division 3, we'll skip the other two just to show you the bottom league, and yeah, nothing's getting spent here. At the minute, not a lot. I bet it's a lot of freebies, a lot of loans, a real struggle. Now on to the North American Champions League. It doesn't start until 2018, you might remember that from the first episode. And you also might remember that I improved the Mexican League, some of their teams' reps, give them some more money just to hopefully give you a bit of a challenge in Europe. And hopefully it did do. The first 2 years was still won by Mexican teams. But the last 3 years has been dominated by the Americans, although a Mexican team to get to the final, not last year, the year before, so hopefully the Champions League is still a bit of a challenge too. If we have a look at the Ballon d'Or, the World Player of the Year winners, the winner of the last one was Salah, who now plays for Real Madrid, top player in real life. I was he now 30? Wow. But you have got one player back then, Harry Kane did win it in 2019 for LA. So hopefully this league is one of the elite leagues now. and it definitely is. It's definitely stayed up there. It's the best league in the world. It's joint on star rating anyway with the Spanish First Division and the English Premier League. But yeah, this is the league you want to be in. I'm assuming he's got the best tax, best pay, best teams. And if we have a look at cups, obviously the World Cup's at the top, Champions Cup and all that, but the Soccer Bowl's the 4th, which is excellent. I love that. Kobe Jones has made the list as well. I don't know if you'll see that because of my head, but the US Soccer Bowl is the trophy you want to be winning. When it comes to clubs' reputation in the world, Real Madrid, City at the top with Juventus, Atletico Madrid, LA come in then with Kansas. But I mean, as soon as you look at that list, it's just peppered now with American teams, which is brilliant. But this is where the difference lies, the money in America. And this is what I mean. If Americans took soccer seriously, they've got more money than most people. It would be the richest, best league in the world, and that's what I wanted to make with this database. And look at that. I mean, they're richer than everyone. So now we're on a short list for all the most expensive players in the world. City have got some dude up there called Wolfgang. He's on that list. But apart from that, I've got a Juventus player, a couple of Barca's, Real Madrid there, PSG as well, obviously. I mean, not Man United players, I don't think. But the majority of them players there on that initial top list are based in America, and that just shows you the quality of this league. But at least it shows you there's still quality out there to buy if you are one of the top teams in the Premier League. And now we've arranged it by American nationals, and look at the values. I mean, no offence to the American now, but you don't get players worth that much, do you? So there's definitely some quality in this league. I don't know if they're actually any good though, we'll have to have a look. Top Dog 8, oh, he's pretty good, isn't he? I like him a lot. Left winger, who's absolutely rapid. Again, another good player. This guy's worth 61. Yeah, so, I mean, we looked at the top 3. I think you kind of get the gist. There's a lot more talent in America. Disappointingly, the world ranking hasn't improved. They've now got Tab Ramos, a United States Nationals, the manager. I mean, Dave Wagner was the manager. But yeah, I thought they'd be a lot better than that. And if we just check the history in the landmarks page, we'll see they came runners up in the Confederations Cup. So I think this is a country that's now got these players who are maybe getting 22, 23. These regens that have come in at the beginning of the database had 4 to 5 years playing. They must be itching for a World Cup or something. Surely this is a country and a national team that is just on the verge of winning something big with its talent. So again, you could come into this database. You don't have to be a club. Take over America. Okay, there we go. That is the end of episode 2. Probably the end of this little mini series, just showing you how my database is developed. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe and make sure you hit the bell next to the subscription button. Don't forget to check out my series in Manchester Central. Hopefully you'll enjoy that too. And hopefully you enjoy this database. It is built for you just to have some fun, just to take you out your comfort zone, just to give you something different when you're bored, but you still want to play Football Manager. As always, if you need any advice, ask me down below. If you want any tips or you just want to ask me anything, just talk to me down below. Also, if you are playing the database, let me know who you are, let me know what division you're in, let me know how your story is going. I'm really interested to know. Get in touch with me on Twitter, email me. I ain't fussy. I'm just appreciate you checking out the database and checking out the video. So thank you very much. I've been Bood, you've been great. See you next time.